Welcome to our KNDY Coaches Conversation. Now chatting with boys head basketball coach for the Linn Bulldogs, Benny Bargdale. Coach, your team is off to a 4-3 start on the season, coming off a loss Tuesday night versus Hanover, 59-36. How do you feel your team is playing here out of the winter break before the tournament?
We've come out a little flat here out of Christmas break, but we played some tough competition. We took care of Donovan West in overtime. They played very hard. It was nice to get a win there. We had back-to-back tough ones here with Axel and Hanover coming to town. Against Axel, we just had a couple stretches. There was 18-3 run in the second quarter that really they just pulled away from us on. And I think it was just they were just able to get out and run on us, and they moved so quickly and moved the ball so well. If it wasn't for that stretch, really, we played them pretty even. I know we were down 25 at half, but we got it within 13 in the second half, and even had a 3-ball that would have made it 10 that just rattled out. And of course, they went down. I think Broxton hit one of his 5 threes that next possession and put it back up to 16. But, I mean, it's been tough, but we're going to have to keep fighting.
You commented there about the slow start for your offense. That tends to come as the season goes along. So what's going to be a key now throughout the rest of the season in order to get that side of the ball clicking?
A lot of attacking. Attack the basket. Go to the basket. We are so lengthy. I mean, we have great size and length on our team and some strength there too, and we just need to get to the basket. We've talked a little bit about it, but our three-point shooting hasn't been there yet, and I also think that comes from not creating great three-point shots. We need to start working more inside out, looking for the kick out. It's really tough to just be a great three-point shooting team when you're just passing it around the perimeter and firing it up. You got to work to get those open shots.
And then a contest tonight, last tune-up, quote-unquote, before the TVL tournament kicks off tomorrow. Washington County coming off a high turnover game versus Valley Heights on Tuesday night. What's the key for your Bulldogs to get a win this evening?
We just need to come out and play hard. Take our time on offense, look for good shots, make sure it's there, get it in the paint. Defensively, I've challenged them to come out and talk the whole time, just communicate. Try and become vocal leaders out on the court and really help each other out more than we kind of have. We've kind of been leaving each other on islands at times, not talking, not communicating, and that's a very, very difficult way to play defense.
Again, talking with Linn Bulldogs boys head basketball coach Benny Bargdale. Don't go anywhere as our conversation with Washington County head coach Ryan Huckett is up next after this break.
KNDY is proud to be your local sports leader. For over 40 years, KNDY has been bringing you the scores, interviews, and live play-by-play action of your favorite teams all season long, year after year. Not just playoff time. Times and technology change, but our dedication to area sports remain the same. KNDY Sports, on air, online, and on our mobile app.
Tune for the Coach's Corner, a visit with the area high school girls and boys basketball coaches following evening sports at around 5:20. Highlighting Southern and Diller Odell on Monday, Centralia and Axtell on Tuesday, Linn and Hanover Wednesday, Frankfort and Valley Heights on Thursday, with Washington County and Marysville on Friday. The Coach's Corner following evening sports at around 5:20 on KNDY, with a podcast available as well on our Facebook page.
And welcome back to our KNDY Coaches Conversation, as now we chat with Washington boys basketball head coach Ryan Huckett. Coach, your team has hit a skid here of recent, dropping their last 6 contests. I had a chance to watch you Tuesday night at Valley Heights, and I feel like this team still has the potential to make some noise in the TVL. What's the message you're kind of giving to the boys at this point in the season?
Yeah, I think we actually talked about just what our end goal is, and we got to be able to hold our head high that we've worked, that we've worked hard enough that they can believe and not be saddened because we lost, but hold our head high because we worked hard and the outcome just didn't go our way in the end. I feel we're real close to taking a leap forward and competing against the majority of the league, and hopefully we can pull off some unforeseen upsets, and that would give them the reward that I think we're looking for.
And this being the first year for you as the head basketball coach at the high school level, what's something you're wanting to emphasize as this season goes along?
We try to emphasize our defensive pressure. I felt our defense did drop off kind of with each game, and I suppose maybe our opponents had something to do with that. The biggest emphasis is defense. Get deflections and steals and attack off of that.
And you don't want to reiterate it, but again, your team on a 6-game skid looking to turn that around tonight against Linn. You did start the season off 2-0, but then 2 tough losses to Solomon and Smith Center right before break, and then the gauntlet that was Hanover, Axtell, Centralia Valley Heights. It seems sometimes losses can be a snowball effect, especially those first 2 against Solomon and Smith Center. What didn't go your way leading to the start of this streak?
Well, in both of those losses, we were up at half, and I can't really put my thumb on why we couldn't hold it together. But we competed to the end. Smith Center, we were 4-point game and then 12-point game, and we got back to 4. And we're lacking something, and we're searching for it. Hopefully, that lies within our defensive emphasis there.
And again, that was Washington County boys basketball head coach Ryan Huckett. The final Twin Valley League matchup before league tournament starts tomorrow is up next between Washington County boys and Linn boys on KNDY.
Dr. Brittany here with Marysville Dental Care, where your family's health is our top priority. Dr. Zach, our team, and I are the family dental home you've always been looking for.
Our comprehensive dental care is designed to serve all of your dental needs. Whether it's a routine cleaning, braces, or cosmetic work, we provide the highest quality of care with a comfortable experience. Visit our office across from the Marysville Courthouse or go to marysvilledentalcare.com to schedule a visit.
Have the smile you've always wanted with our team by your side.
You want a bank that not only cares about you, but the businesses and families around. FNB Washington is that bank. Community-minded since 1883, FNB Washington truly has been there through it all. A mainstay in the Washington community, FNB cherishes the opportunity to give back, whether participating in hosting local events, providing a community room for public use, or cheering the Tigers on to victory. Your local and hometown bank is still FNB Washington, Equal Housing Lender, FDIC.
And welcome back into Washington County High School. Our boys contest about ready to tip off here in about 5 minutes on our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. If you're just joining us, you missed a heck of a doozy. Girls contest went into overtime. It ended regulation knotted up at 45, but it was free throws in the final period for Linn as they went 10 for 12 from the stripe to defeat Washington 55-48. Leading scorer for the Lady Bulldogs, Bailey Peters, had a team-high 15 points. Addie Gakel, I believe, probably had a season, if not a career-high, 24 in the losing effort for the Tigers. Washington County girls fall to 4-5, 0-5 in league. Linn girls pick up a win, 6-3, now 3-2 in league contests. Another good boys contest coming up for you here next. Washington County 2-6 on a 6-game slide, going against 4-4 Linn, who's on a 2-game slide. This is a contest like the girls that has been evenly matched over the last 10 contests. It's 5-5 split the way of either side. Linn has had the recent success, though, winning 5 of the last 7, but historically it was Washington County, including a 13-game winning streak between 2014 and 2020. But here recently, the Bulldogs have had the better of the Tigers. It's first-year head coaches, too, as well. Bennett Bargdale for the Linn Bulldogs and Ryan Huckett for the Washington County Tigers will look to get their teams going. We're going to take another time out before coming back with a deeper look at this season for both teams, as well as starting lineups for our boys contest and our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week here from Washington, Kansas.
When you're buying tires, go with the folks you know at M&M Tire in Washington. Locally owned, M&M Tire offers minor service work. They offer major brands of tires. They offer service after the sale. And that's what you can rely on with the folks you know at M&M Tire in Washington. Call them at 325-2207 for an appointment today. For your tire needs, call them M&M Tire in Washington.
For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer. Since 1947, the staff at Bruna Implement Company works daily to provide the best parts and service when you need it. always dedicated to their customers. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations, and they know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. With locations in Marysville, Washington, Clay Center, Seneca, Hiawatha, and Humboldt, Nebraska. Stop by or give them a call today.
To win in sports, you have to adapt your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of your investments. I'm Liz Warren, your Edward Jones financial advisor, and I can be your financial coach. We get to know you first, then figure out how to help you work towards your goals. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. Call 785-562-5533 today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Linn Community Nursing Home raises the standard in long-term residential care. You'll discover a family-oriented atmosphere where visitors are welcome 24/7. Rooms are already furnished and can be personalized with your favorite photos, decor, and those extra special touches. Your loved one will enjoy the savory restaurant-style menu available, ensuring nutritious meals. The Linn Community Nursing Home is more than a facility. They're a tight-knit community dedicated to providing the best care in a place that truly feels like home.
And welcome back to our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week broadcast boys contest coming up next here on KNDY FM 95.5. Taking a little bit deeper look at both of these teams. First, starting with the visitors from down south. Linn boys come in 4-4 on the season, 2-2 in league play, averaging 46 points per game, allowing 47 again under first-year head coach Benny Bargdale. This is a program that is looking for consistency. Their best record, 14-9 last season, was their first time over 500 since the 2013 and 14 season. Head coach Benny Bargdale taking over for Michael Volker. Again, communities coming in support of the former head coach for the Linn Bulldogs. His girl Addie Volker is fighting seminal cell sarcoma. They had a raffle here for the NHS group at Washington County, put together a goodie basket from local businesses. The Hanover boys raised funds by raffling off a signed Avery Johnson jersey on Tuesday, and a lot of support coming from the community for the Volker family. It's game time here between the Bulldogs and the Tigers. Again, Washington County 2-6 on the season, 44 points per game, allowing 66, and on a 6-game slide, including a loss Tuesday night at Valley Heights, a 60-51 contest, the first win for the Mustangs on the season. In that game, Chase Gross led off scoring with 14 points for the Tigers. We'll look for the freshman to have another big game tonight. We're going to start with starting lineups, though. First for the Linn Bulldogs, it is going to be Gabe Church, number 10, getting the start here tonight. The number 23. Getting the start here tonight, the 6'1 junior. Around him, number 12, Zach Hilgen, the 6'3 junior. Number 5, Connor Oldie, the 6'4 senior. Down low, number 24, Noah Tholman, the 6'3 junior. Number 1, Ethan Bott, the 6'4 senior. Bulldogs go Turk, Hilgen, Oldie, Tholman, and Bott, all under head coach Benny Bargdale. As for the Washington County Tigers, a little change in the starting lineup. At guards tonight, number 1, Eli Cromie, the 6'2 sophomore, along with number 20, Gavin LeDuc, the 5'9 junior. Gavin had a nice showing at Valley Heights, too, as well, with 12 points on Tuesday night. Number 23, Eli Chandler, 6' junior. Number 30, Octavian Cardenas down low. And size for the Tigers with 6'3 senior, Williams Fonda, number 51, getting the start tonight. In the jump circle, will be Noah Tholman, number 11 this year, and Octavian Cardenas. Washington in their home whites, Linn in their road blacks. It's even contest the last couple of meetings. Linn has won 5 of the last 7, but 5-5 over the last 10. First tip is won by the Bulldogs, and Linn will start out here offensively. This is a Bulldog team, again, young, lengthy, and look to get after it defensively, if you heard Coach Bargdale's comments there in the first half. But this is going to be a good start by either team. Linn turns it over. Washington gives it right back to the Bulldogs. Leads for a jumper by Tholman, but that'll be off the mark. No good. Defensive board, pulled down there by Washington County. Linn will be in a man-to-man for most of this contest. Use their defense to their advantage. There's the advantage coming in big. Connor Oldie with a huge block on Octavian Cardenas. Numbers now for the Bulldogs. It's 4-on-5 as Cardenas is late to get back. 3 from Connor Oldie straight off the key. That's high off the top of the mark. No good. And an out of bounds back over to Washington County. So already seen the length come into effect early. Connor Oldie getting the block on Octavian Cardenas for that one. Got to wait for some little kiddos to run baseline here at the Tigers Den. Max Blasky with you here for the boys contest. Glad to have you back here after an exciting one. The girls won one that went into overtime. Saw Linn come away with the 55-48 victory. Big trapping here by Linn to come out of the contest. Washington nearly gets an 8-second call, but Tigers get out of it. Eli Cromie fires up a 3 right wing. That one's hard off the rim. No good. Defense forward pulled down Connor Oldie. Oldie all over the court so far tonight, also leading this team in points per game at just under 15. Here's the 3 ball on the other side by Hilgen, and that drops down from the right corner. Zach Hilgen dropping it in, and we'll see if that gets the offense going. Again, comment made by Coach Bardell in that pregame conversation. Here's the turnover there. Taken away by Ethan Bott. Leads to a run-out layup up and down by Gabe Turk. The first bucket for Turk here in this one, and it's quickly 5-0. Bulldogs in the lead. Swan to right block, kicks it out. 3 ball taken away by Chandler again. That one's money. Eli Chandler with the bucket. 3 ball there for Washington County. Keep the Eli square for the Tigers just as we did Tuesday night versus Valley Heights. 2-3 defense here for Washington County. All around big man Octavian Cardenas inside. 3 ball taken away. Left block, and that's down for Gabe Turk. 5 quick points for Gabe. As he averages just a hair under 3, so already well over that season average with 2 buckets here early on from the 6'1" junior. In Linn, a tall team, no starter under 6'1", so they'll trap Washington County any chance they get. Here goes Eli Cromie, right side. He's going to beat this one taken away by Ethan Bott. Bott now looking to go coast to coast, all the way to the rim, up and down for 2, Ethan Bott. And it's all Bulldogs here early on, 10-3 in this contest. 3 turnovers forced already. Here's a near fourth as Tallman gets his hand on that one. Good job by Connor Oldie to come across top side and force it out of bounds as well. 10-3 is our early first quarter score. 5:25 left to play. Linn has blitzed Washington County here early on. Linn, of course, winners of the last 2 contests. They have been tight, though. Last year it was 41-34. Last year, 2 years ago, the 2 teams went 2-3, with Linn winning 2 of those. Gavin Leduc fires up a deep 3. That's going to be an air ball off the shoelaces of Linn and will stay with the Bulldogs, stay with the Tigers. Again, Gavin had a decent game versus Valley Heights, 12 points on some pretty good shooting marks. He ended up going 4 for 6 from the floor. Here he is on the top side, guarded tightly by Zach Hilgen. Gavin Leduc works his way inside, and coming down with the personal foul will be Noah Thalman, the tall junior, going at 6'3", not happy with that call, but he did come down pretty hard on Leduc. Head coach Vinny Bardell telling him to stay straight up. Good coaching over there for the first-year head coach for the Bulldogs. 2 free throws now for Gavin Leduc. First opportunity for either side at the free throw line. Free throw from the lefty is down and good. If you're just joining us, it was free throws in the girls' game as Linn went 10 for 12 from the strike in overtime to pick up the Linn over Washington. What was an instant Twin Valley League Classic. Second one from the lefty is down. Good-looking free throw for him there from Gavin. Look to continue that on. 5-point advantage here for the Bulldogs. Inside shot up and down by Ethan Bott. Bott right inside the free throw line. Good play call there to get Bott going, and a foul now called in the backcourt, trapping at center court. Personal foul will be committed. I believe that's going to be on Gabe Turk. Nope, that'll go on Noah Thalman. Nope, correct on the first one. Turk will pick up his first personal foul. Substitutions here is Eli Cromie will check out of the contest. Chase Gross will check in, the 6'3" freshman. Here he is offensively. He had 15 points in that game Tuesday versus Valley Heights on a single shot, though, in the fourth quarter for the freshman, but good-looking minutes. There's Leduc inside. Good job by Thalman. They'll stay straight up on that one. That's the block. Quickly back come the Bulldogs. Kicks it out. Short corner shot is down for Connor Oldie, and Linn is hitting everything here in this first quarter. It's 14-5. Bulldogs up top. Linn has only missed 2 shots, all leaving. Big block at the defensive end from the Bulldogs getting up. That's Noah Thalman's second block. Could have 3, but drew a foul on the first one. That one met Gross right at the rim. Substitution as Dylan Oldie will check in. First one off the bench for the Bulldogs. He will check out Gabe Turk. Bulldogs don't have a deep lineup as they'll go 6, maybe 7 here in this contest, but mainly sticking with the 6. Inside, Cardenas working his way down low. Shot up, but a travel will be called on Washington County. 4 turnovers now for the Tigers, and substitution back for Ryan Huckett and his team. Again, as you heard Ryan say in that pregame conversation, just looking for something to click. Last 2 years, I felt like this is a Washington team that could make some noise, but Tigers got handled early in Twin Valley League tournament play by Centralia, Axtell, and Hanover, and I think that kind of demoralized the Tigers team a little bit. But here trailing early, 14-5 against a squarely matched up team. Inside, little Euro step shot from Connor Oldie is a miss off the line. Lengthy 6'2" coming down the line. Square set now for the Bulldogs. Inbounder will be Zach Hilgen. Hilgen swings it out off top. Thought about 3 now. Back to Hilgen on the corner. 3 set. That one's high. Arcing shot. No good. Board pulled down by Gross. Gross trouble with it. Gets it up to Eli Cromie. Right side. Now over to Octavian Cardenas. Leading scorer for this team this year. Gets off Chase Gross inside the lane. Everything but the bucket. Nice take there from Gross. And then a foul will be committed. Did that go on Chase? Had a little bit of built-up tension after missing that shot. It will go on Chase. His first personal foul. Checking to make sure everyone's in there. Also in there on the substitution a little bit ago, Gatlin Wilbrandt for the Tigers, the 6'3" sophomore. So Gross, Cardenas, and Wilbrandt at the bottom of this 2-3 zone. Eli Cromie, Eli Chandler out top here defensively. Down low, here's Dylan Oldie, puts a drop step in, now loses that first turnover, second turnover for Linn. As the 5'11" guard got a little bit too deep at the corner. Here's Chase Gross 3-ball. That shot's off, no good. Board pulled down. Connor Oldie quickly back come the Bulldogs, right side into the hands of Ethan Bott. Bott works his way baseline, top side. Oldie fires away a 3. That one, no. Off the rim, no good. Shooting has cooled down here as this first quarter has rolled along, and Cardenas is going to be pegged for the turnover 60 feet away from the bucket, trying to bring it up. 5th turnover here for Hanover. You're catching the girls' game. That was a theme in the girls' contest as well. 24 turnovers between both teams in that first half. Here, not near as bad, but 5 already for Washington as they trail 14-15. Or 14-5, excuse me. Looking for a stop here. A lot of contact inside on the shot from Thalman. Thalman looking for a foul. Won't get it. Back come the Tigers. Washington looking for something offensively. 5 points here early on, and now a travel on the far side. That won't help the cause as Gatlin Wilbrandt couldn't keep those happy feet from moving. 6th turnover for Washington. And back come the Bulldogs. Again, Linn got the 41-34 win over Washington last year. Here up in the lead 14-5 with a turnover Bulldogs as neither team wants to hold on to the ball here in this first or back half portion of the first quarter. Gavin LeDuc back in the contest. He attacks right side. Also in there, Williams Fonda. Fonda right in front of the rim. Shot up. No good. No foul's going to be called there as Stallman got the board. LeDuc went crashing into him, but it's going to stay at the side of the Bulldogs after that defensive board. Substitution here is back into the contest. Will come Ethan Bott. Out will go Noah Thalman. You're looking for some more basketball action over on our sister station, AM 1570, FM 94.1. The Marysville Bulldogs down at Wamego tonight for a matchup in that one. Bruce Deerking has the call, but we wanted you to keep it right here, if you so do, please. There's a wild shot inside from Gabe Turk, a little runner. Now 1 for 3 from the floor. Swing pass here, cross court, 3-ball from Washington. That one's long off the word go from Eli Chandler. Back come the Bulldogs, having trouble with it in a collision at half court as Ethan Bott and Octavian Cardenas went running into each other. Cardenas is going to pick up that personal foul, so the first on the senior. Looking for some offensive production as Octavian only had 8 points in that game over at Valley Heights. Again, turnovers were a problem for Washington, and that one 24 as a team as the Mustangs picked up their first win of the season Tuesday night. Topside, Ethan Bott swings it right wing. Gabe Turk goes up underneath the basket, kicks it out, 3-ball, Zach Hilgen. That one's bottom for Hilgen. His second 3 in 4 attempts, 6 points now for the shooting junior, and it's 17-5. Linn in full court pressure, almost still there by Hilgen. Got all the way to the rim with Chandler. Chandler misses that, ends up in the hands of Gross, and Chase Gross puts it in for 2, his first bucket, as Washington finally beat the pressure for Linn. 2-3 defense still here for the Tigers. Linn trying to work it high-low. They do. Dylan Oldie baseline. Oh, up and down. Almost had that one by Dylan Oldie, but misses that one off the bottom of the backboard. Under 45 seconds left to go in the first fast-moving first quarter. Gavin LeDuc is standing out of bounds when he catches the ball in the right corner. 7 turnover for Washington in this first half as Eli Cromie will check back in for Williams Fonda. Washington County boys only averaging 44 points a game. Linn defense holding strong here, holding to 7 here in this fourth quarter. In their wins, Linn defense has been strong. In their losses, they're allowing just a hair over 60. In their wins, they're holding teams under 45. Top side here with Gabe Turk looking to get left side. Down left block, Ethan Bott with 25 on the shot or on the game clock. Kicks it out, free throw line, jumper hard off the board from Thalman is the no-go, and Eli Chandler pulls down the board. A lot of shots here in this first quarter, not a lot that fell in the final 10 seconds. Washington looking for one last shot at the buzzer. LeDuc works his way inside. Wild shot will be an air ball, and Linn will have the final shot here in this one. Linn will get it inbounds here with 3.7 to let this ball roll all the way to half court. Gabe Turk picks it up, throws it in the corner. Had a man sitting over there. That was Zach Hilgen, but wasn't ready for the bucket. Found a cheerleader, though, in the corner. Everyone's all right. 1.9 on the clock. Washington maybe one more shot here to get a half-court heave up. Tavian to half-court. It is going to be a heave at the buzzer, and a tip ball by Noah Thalman. That'll be his third block in the quarter, and the Bulldogs control of this one, leading 17-7 at the end of the first quarter. We're back after this word from our sponsor.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
Let Dr. Phil Bentz of the Animal Health Center in Washington keep your pets and herds healthy and thriving. They offer services such as vaccination, surgery, grooming, and boarding. The doctors also understand your herd is your livelihood. Call them for a herd health consultation to assist with nutrition and pasture management, vaccination and deworming protocols, reproductive strategies, and more. And don't forget your hard-working horses. The Animal Health Center has specific services for them as well. Animal Health Services in Washington, open Monday through Saturday. Call for an appointment today.
Whether you're buying, building, remodeling, or refinancing, your home is a major investment in your life. At United Bank and Trust, we understand how important it is to work with someone who cares. Our loan officers have the experience it takes to make the process a smooth one. Come in for a visit or start online by filling out a loan application at ubankonline.com in as little as 20 minutes. Mortgage lending with United Bank and Trust. It's banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Washington County comes out of the second quarter break with a bucket by Chase Gross, still trailing here 17-9. Washington County shot an abysmal 2 for 10 in that first quarter. Linn a little bit better, 7 for 16, but big portion of it. Linn is 3 for 6 from the free throw line. Here's Cartanius inside, bullies his way inside, and a foul will be called on Connor Oldie. So Octavian Cartanius will go to the line for 2 free throws. Washington had trouble with the turnovers in that first quarter, 7 for the Tigers, only 3 for Linn. Washington did go 2 for 2 from the stripe, though, while Linn did not get a crack at the free throw line. First free throw is a miss here from Octavian. Personal foul did go on Connor Oldie. His second one's a miss, too. Connor pulls down that defensive board. So 3 points left on the board for the Tigers. Again, looking to end this 6-game losing streak. Last win came back on December 13th. That was a 46-26 win versus Wakefield. Looking for a good home win and momentum-building win heading into the tournament. 3 balls missed, but offensive rebound up and down from Ethan Bott. 6 points now on 3 for 3 shooting from Bott in the contest. As Bott on the season, 9 points a game, 7 rebounds a game. Here's a steal and a layup put down by number 15. Speaking of 7, didn't have him on my scorecard. That's Grayson Oldie, the 5'10 sophomore, gets the steal and the score. Here's a shot inside, missed by Cartanius. Gets his offensive board and puts it up for a bucket. Might see if that gets Octavian going here in this contest. That foul. The last one was on Oldie. Let's see who they peg that one on, as Zach Hilgen will take a seat on the bench. First foul will be called on Ethan Bott, is who that goes to. Free throw here from Cartanius is a miss. He's now 0 for 3 from the line in this contest. Linn will slow down the tempo here, leading by 10. 21-11 is your score, 6:15 here to play in this second half. Here's a steal taken away by LeDuc. Thalman threw it right to LeDuc. LeDuc works his way right side, now blocked at the line by Ethan Bott. And a foul committed 80 feet away from the basket. Head coach Bennett Bargdale will take a timeout with his team up by 10. We'll take it with them. We're back in 30 seconds here to KNDY.
Owens Originals Floral has creative solutions for all your floral needs. Let Carol and her artistic team design and deliver a floral masterpiece for you. At Owens Originals, they keep a large selection of fresh flowers available, as if they're handpicked just for you. Owens Originals Floral on the Square in downtown Washington, 325-2026 for all of life's celebrations.
21-11 is your score. 6:03 left to play here before halftime. Coming up at halftime, we will take a look at where both of these teams are seated. Coming up in the TVL tournament starting tomorrow, Washington County girls have the early day as they will be kicking off league action against Axtell at 10 a.m. over in Frankfort. Linn girls, those keeping on the girls' side, will have the day off as they will play Monday at 3:15. That is when KNDY will start their coverage from Frankfort, starting Monday afternoon, running Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Of course, be sure to check out the TVL Sports Spotlight throughout the weekend to stay up to date on all the plays. Here's a lot of play, had the opportunity, but just a missed pass by Ethan Bott to Connor Oldie as Oldie was getting ready to throw down here. Turnover, Linn, and now a travel will be called on Chase Gross for Washington County, so the Tigers give it right back to the Bulldogs. As that's been the Achilles heel for Washington County lately. They had 24 turnovers versus Valley Heights on Tuesday. They have 9 so far here with 5:46 left to play in this first half. Top side, Ethan Bott will get this possession started for the Bulldogs. Looking middle side into Connor Oldie. That one's off and good, so they couldn't connect on the alley-oop, but Connor Oldie puts it in for 2 for the high post. It's now 23-11. Linn continuing to stay in a full court pressure. Top side, Chase Gross with it will set it up. Backdoor cut, Eli Chandler. Chandler all the way to the rim. A jump ball will be called, and back over to the Bulldogs it goes. Chase Gross also picked up that personal foul before we were coming out of the halftime break. Substitution for the Tigers. William Sponda will take a seat on the bench. Also into the contest will be number 33, Tanner Baker. Not before head coach Ryan Huckett wants a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them here. 5:23 left to play before halftime. Linn Bulldogs leading Washington County Tigers 23-11.
Coolman Implement and Hardware is your Agco Alice, White, Hesting, Leaner, and Gel dealer with personalized care since 1935. See Coolman Implement and Hardware for farm equipment, electrical, and plumbing supplies, parts, sales, and service. Your Agco Alice, White, Hesting, Leaner, and Gel dealer is Coolman Implement and Hardware in Linn, Kansas.
Not a lot of action going on tonight, but stay tuned during the 10 and 11 o'clock hours for the Farm Bureau Insurance Scoreboard Show, brought to you by Patrick Booty of Marysville and Bryce Leonard of Washington. Scores recap from around the area twice each hour on game nights here on KNDY. 23-11, your first half score, 5:15 left to play in this contest. Down low, good pass from Connor Oldie to laying that in. I believe that was Noah Thalman that dropped that one down for a bucket. Noah's first bucket here on a beautiful pass inside. Foul will be committed, though, I believe, by Thalman out here after getting that bucket. Substitution will need to come in. Zach Kilgen will check out Thalman. Third team foul for Linn here in this third quarter. Only one for Washington. Left side substitution. Tanner Baker in here for the Tigers. As head coach Ryan Huckett just looking for any offense. Top side, Octavian Cardenas trying to work something. He's only got 2 points on 2 shots from the floor. But here goes Chase Gross right to the front of the rim. 6 points now for the freshman. And before mentioned, saw him with 15 against Valley Heights on Tuesday night. I'm like 5 for 6 shooting. I think he only missed a shot. Didn't shoot one, though, in the fourth quarter, which was kind of a surprise, but expect to see more from the 6'3 freshman. Bounce pass idea is taken away by Washington County. Third turnover by Linn as Connor Oldie tried to find a streak in Dylan Oldie down along the baseline. Now here's the turnover by Washington, leading to a run-out. Connor Oldie all the way to the rim, up and down for 2. 6 points now for Connor Oldie in what's been a balanced attack for the Bulldogs. Besides Dylan Oldie, everyone that's touched the floor has scored for Linn here in this one. And now stepping out of bounds is Gatlin Wilbrand right along the far baseline. So back-to-back turnovers here for Washington. We'll have Ryan Huckett going to the bench again. Eli Chandler and Gavin LeDuc will check in for Wilbrand and Gross. So LeDuc, Cromie, Cardenas, Chandler, and Baker out there for Washington. For the Bulldogs, it's Turk, Hilgen, and Ethan Bott. Bott on the shot, just as we're saying, along with Dylan Oldie and Connor Oldie. Can't get that one to drop down. First miss for Ethan in this contest. A little weave action here for Cardenas. Top side, gets the free throw line, stops, pops, misses that one. Board pull down Dylan Oldie. Right side running. 3 balls, Zach Hilgen, corner. That's hard off the rim, no good. Rebound, Octavia. David Cardenas leads to a run out all the way to the rim, but blocked by Ethan Bott. That's already, if my math is correct, 6 blocks for Linn in this contest. And now a foul will be committed 90 feet away from the bucket, going for the offensive board on Washington County. That'll be the first there on Gavin LeDuc, who unfortunately is at the receiving end of a few of these blocks here tonight. Left side, Ethan Bott looking inside. Good little pass, shot, missed. Offensive board, second shot here for Connor Oldie. Third, will he get it? No, but we'll save an offensive possession. Connor Oldie had 3 shots at the bucket. Misses that one. Ethan Bott misses again. There's Dylan Oldie. He finally hits it. And now everyone from Linn is in the scoring column. First points for Dylan. It's 29-13. Linn is taking a hard hit. On the left side is Tanner Baker getting tripped up, driving hard to the bucket. Personal foul will go on Linn, their third team foul. First one here on Dylan Oldie. Substitution as Grayson Oldie will check into the contest. He will check out Ethan Bott. Topside, Eli Cromie getting inside, kicks it out. Cardania step up three. That's off the rim, no good. Board being fought for, taken by Eli Cromie. Cromie inside, poked away, and will stay with Washington. Every time the Tigers get an opportunity inside, this length for Linn has been bothering teams. That's to be expected coming into this season. But I think it's going to be the physicality of this Bulldogs team. As we look at Linn's schedule coming up, they have Valley Heights after break, as well as a few other good possible teams. Was trying to see who got that score for Washington. Bulldogs, turn it over on their offensive possession. 29-15 is the score. Chase Gross is the one who got that score last time, and we've got a substitution on the dead ball far side. Gabe Turk out, back in Ethan Bott. 29-15 is your score. 2 minutes coming up before halftime. Again, coming up at half, we'll take a full in-depth look at the Twin Valley League tournament coming up tomorrow, as well as broadcast plans for KNDY and the TVL Sports Spotlight. Inside passes knocked away, taken away by Bott. Leads to a run-out, layup up and down, and one for Connor Oldie. This Linn team just likes to get out and run, and they're really showing it here in this contest. This will be actually the first free throw attempt, too, as well for Linn in the game, as that foul will go on Gavin LeDuc, his second personal now. At the line, Connor Oldie, 8 points already. Will not hit the free throw as Chase pulls down the board. Defensively, too, again, Linn has been everywhere. Unofficially, 6 blocks on this Washington County Tigers team. Noah Thalman has 3 of those, as they have held Washington County just 15 points so far here with 1:40 left before the first half. Chase Gross tells the announcer to zip his lip, drops down that 3 ball. 11 points here for Gross, as he has all but 7 points for Washington in this game. 3 balls wide off from Grayson Oldie off the bench. It will go out of bounds and go back to the Tigers. Substitution as Oldie will get checked out for Turk. I'm going to mention 11 points for Gross, 2 points for Octavian Cardenas, 3 for Eli Chandler, and 2 for Gavin LeDuc, as it's been hard to come by scoring in this contest. Here's William Sponda with a turnaround shot from the right block. That's no dice. Leads to a Linn run out all the way. Trying to take it down the lane is Gabe Turk, and I think a foul is going to be called. Yes, it will be. Ball went bouncing out of bounds, but a foul will be called on the floor on Washington County. That'll be on number 12, Gatlin Wilbrand, his first personal foul. Bulldogs underneath their own basket with 69 seconds left to play in this half. Topside 3-ball, Connor Oldie. That one's off the rim. No good. Defensive board pulled down, though. Gabe Turk. Turk up and down for 2 inside the bucket. 33-18 is the score. At the other end, Chase Gross, the 3, halfway down and out. That was a good-looking shot there, by Eli Chandler. At the other end, though, running straight to the rim is Connor Oldie. No one's stopping Connor here in this contest, and no one's stopping the ball for Washington County either defensively here in this game. It's 35-18, 35 seconds left to go before half. Ball's on the ground in the middle of it. Coming out of there with it is Gabe Turk. Turk leads it to Dylan Oldie. Oldie all the way to the rim, up and down for 2. And Linn has really pushed this lead up now, 37-18. 20 seconds here to go before halftime. Eli Cromie will set it up for the Tigers. Top side, Chase Gross now. Inside, William Sponda, big man up. No shot, no good. Leads to a Ethan Bott run out. Bott running all the way to the rim. Bounce pass to Dylan Oldie. Bott gets it back, now poked out of bounds, and will stay with Linn. This Bulldog team, athletic and quick to the front of the rim. First time seeing them here this year. Looking like an impressive team that if they can get some shooting going together, a little physicality could cause some problems. At the buzzer, a 3 is off, no good from Gabe Turk. But at the end of one half, it's been all Linn Bulldogs in this one, leading 37-18 as they hold Washington to just 11 points in that second quarter. Again, your halftime score, 37-18. Linn on top in this one. We'll be back after this word from our sponsors to recap this first half.
For the best of care close to home, visit the Washington County Hospital and Family Medicine of Washington County. Their team of professionals work together to provide every member of your family in every stage of life with medical care. From routine checkups to diagnostic services, visiting outpatient specialists, obstetrics, major and minor surgical procedures, and an emergency room that is always staffed by physicians, you'll find the best of care right here in Washington County. Call 785-325-2211 for your appointment today.
For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer. Since 1947, the staff at Bruna Implement Company works daily to provide the best parts and service when you need it. Always dedicated to their customers. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations, and they know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. With locations in Marysville, Washington, Clay Center, Seneca, Hiawatha, and Humboldt, Nebraska. Stop by or give them a call today.
Can an insurance bot ever really understand your needs?
Do you think I'd benefit from bundling my auto and home coverage?
Searching for homes with car dealerships nearby.
Sure, robots listen, but do they understand you? At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we'll help you save money and time by bundling your auto and home insurance. Find an agent at fbfs.com/protect. It's your future. Let's protect it. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
Call on Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Bryce Leonard in Washington today.
If you can't remember the last time you've reviewed your insurance policies, you're not alone. The Dragiston Insurance Company and Buckeye Insurance Group work together to make sure you are properly covered. Call the friendly, knowledgeable staff at the Dragiston Agency at 785-325-2263 or stop by one of their 3 offices located in Washington, Clay Center, and Concordia. They'll provide service that exceeds expectations and coverage that meets your needs. Buckeye Insurance Group and the Dragiston Insurance Agency working together to protect you.
Titan West Incorporated manufactures corral fencing, gates, and chutes. A square deal better. Titan West now manufactures circular working corral, cattle, hog, horse, and bison equipment. Phone 1-800-252-0847 for dealer information. Circular working corral, cattle, hog, horse, and bison equipment. Manufactured here in Linn, Kansas by Titan West Incorporated. Phone toll free 1-800-252-0847.
Again, an excellent gesture here at halftime of the boys' contest. The Washington County National Honor Society put together a basket of local businesses to be raffled off here in, I guess, let me see what the word here for is, in donation of Addie Volker, who is battling synovial cell sarcoma. Addie is the daughter of Michael and Katie Volker. Michael was the former head basketball coach last year for the Bulldogs, and many Twin Valley League schools have come together to support the Volker family. The Hanover boys held a raffle for a signed Avery Johnson jersey on Tuesday. I know Linn is doing this, Washington County is holding this raffle here tonight. Other businesses like Identities and the Corner Bistro in Marysville are also helping provide some support for the Volker family. We'll get this one out here by the end of it. Volker family. Of course, if you would like to donate to Addie's cause, hashtag all in for Addie, you can contact the Union State Bank of Palmer to make donations to the Volker family. Again, a hard-hit family here in the Twin Valley League, seeing great support from area businesses and schools around the counties and league as well. Moving our attention to basketball at halftime of this boys contest, it is 37-18. Linn is in the lead on this one. The Bulldogs led 17-7 at the end of the first quarter. They outscored Washington 20-11 in that second quarter to again lead here at halftime 37-18. Looking at some stats from that first half. First for the Washington County Tigers as they trail here in this one. It's been short on the scoring measure as it's been all Chase Gross really for the Washington County Tigers. The freshman off the bench has 11 points here in this contest, 11 of the 18 for Washington County. 3 points for Eli Chandler, 2 points apiece for Octavian Cardenas and Gavin LeDuc. The story of Tuesday night's game versus Valley Heights was turnovers, and it is the story again here in this contest as Washington has 13 turnovers in the first half. They also haven't been too terribly good, not bad at the free throw line, 2 for 5 in that first half too as well. Again, Washington just not shooting it well, not being able to find the bottom of the bucket here in this contest versus Linn. But Linn defense has a lot to do with it as Washington in the half is shooting 7 for 21. That's 33%. They are 2 for 5 from behind the arc and 5 for 16 from the floor in that first half too, as well as, again, the Linn defense has just stymied this Washington County offense. Linn defense unofficially has 6 blocks in this game, 3 of them going to the 6'3" junior Noah Thalman down low for the Bulldogs. Looking at that Linn first half, again, what went right probably did go right for the Bulldogs. Again, they outscored Washington County 17-7 in the first quarter, 20-11 in the second to lead this one 37-18. It's been a balanced attack, too, as well for these Bulldogs. 10 points leading scorer for Linn with Connor Oldie. He had 8 of those in the second quarter. Did put up quite a bit of shots, though, as he is now 4 for 7 from the floor in that second quarter alone. So 10 points for Connor in the first half, 7 points for Gabe Turk, 6 points apiece for Ethan Bott and Zach Hilchin, 4 points off the bench for Dylan Oldie, and 2 points apiece for Grayson Oldie and Noah Thalman. And as, again, everyone for Linn that touched the floor has scored and produced defensively. Shots are falling a little bit better for the Linn Bulldogs. They are 17 for 35 from the floor, getting up for 49%. But I think the bigger number in that one is the shots attempted. Again, Washington County only attempted 21 shots in that first half. Meanwhile, Linn was able to get up 35 and use their length and athleticism to their advantage again in that first half. Linn winners is 2 straight historically now over Washington. It's been a tight contest with Linn winning 5 of the last 7, but knotted up at 5-5 in the last contest between these two schools. But both teams, the new first-year head coaches, it's looking like the Linn Bulldogs are off to a better start here in this one than Washington. We're going to take another timeout. When we come back, we'll take an in-depth look at the Twin Valley League tournament. You're listening to high school basketball right here on KNDY.
Hi there, Chad Kramer here from Kramer Oil. Fuel costs for 2025 might be the last thing on your mind, but now's the perfect time to lock them in. As a family business, we take pride in delivering quality service you can count on. We've been here for you and will keep fueling your future. That's why we're offering a chance to secure your fuel rates for 2025. Don't wait. Call us at 785-562-2466 to book your fuel needs. Kramer Oil, fueling your future with confidence and a handshake you can trust.
In 1951, Dr. Max Beam opened the Washington Veterinary Clinic. Over 60 years later, the clinic is still providing care for both large and small animals. Our veterinarians, veterinary technician, and support staff have a very diverse and extensive agricultural background. Herd health services, bovine reproductive programs, large and small animal surgery, routine care for pets, grooming, boarding, and 24-hour emergency availability are just a few of the services provided. Take care of all your creatures, great and small, with the help of the Washington Veterinary Clinic.
Agriculture. Our country was built on it. Our children are fed by it. No one quite understands the unique needs of the farmer like United Bank and Trust. Whether you raise crops or livestock, you need the right equipment at the right time. Our ag loans can help you acquire and maintain that equipment when and where you need it. Contact one of our experienced ag lenders today. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
You want a bank that not only cares about you, but the businesses and families around. FNB Washington is that bank. Community-minded since 1883, FNB Washington truly has been there through it all. A mainstay in the Washington community, FNB cherishes the opportunity to give back, whether participating in hosting local events, providing a community room for public use, or cheering the Tigers on to victory. Your local and hometown bank is still FNB Washington, Equal Housing Lender, FDIC.
And mid-January means the Swin Valley League tournament time. KNDY will start broadcast coverage Monday afternoon from Frankfort, Kansas. Taking a look at the girls' bracket, top 3 seeds getting by Centralia, Hanover, Clifton Clyde in that order. Action tomorrow. 8-seeded Axel will take on 9-seeded Washington County at 10 a.m. Also at 10 a.m., 7-seeded Blue Valley and 10-seeded Frankfort will match up. Then at 1 p.m. on the girls' side, 6-seeded Valley Heights and 11-seeded Onega will match up. Over on the boys' side, your top 3 teams are Hanover, Axel, and Centralia in those orders. Boys' action will start tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. 8-seeded Donovan West and 9-seeded Onega will match up. 7-seeded Linn Bulldogs will match up against 10-seeded Valley Heights at 11:30 in the primary gym there at Frankfort. Then at 1 o'clock, 6-seeded Frankfort and 11-seeded Washington County will match up in the primary gym again. KNDY will start coverage Monday afternoon starting at 3:15 with the matchup between the Clifton Clyde Lady Eagles and most probably the Valley Heights Lady Mustangs. And if you're looking for scores, though, this weekend, swing on over to the TVL Sports Spotlight on Facebook. Give them a like and check out scores on Saturday as well as all weekend long. Jeff Wirtz of the Spotlight and myself, too, will chat on Thursday, and that's next Thursday during the TVL Rundown. That can be heard during the 7, noon, and 5 o'clock hours on KNDY about how the TVL tournament is working out so far as the Axel boys in the tournament will look for 3 straight. Meanwhile, the Centralia Lady Panthers, I believe, will look for their 2nd straight. Actually, I got that number right in front of me, so we'll go ahead and not pass out false information. Yes, Axel boys are looking for their 3rd straight league tournament championship. Meanwhile, Centralia girls are looking to go back-to-back and for the 3rd time in 4 years. Again, coverage Monday will start at 3:15 right here at KNDY FM 95.5 and have a full slate of 4 games. So be sure and tune in to that. We're going to have second-half action of this boys contest between Linn and Hanover up next, with Linn leading 37-18. You're listening to our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week on KNDY FM 95.5.
Hop in, let's go to Honeyman Ford in Seneca, the best place to be.
Skip the drive. Come see us right here in Marysville, Kansas. At Honeyman Auto Sales and Service, you will find the same honest sales experience backed by the same reliable service. With the same goals in mind, our Marysville location is sure to provide you with a satisfying vehicle experience. Find us on Facebook or stop in at 1122 Pony Express Highway today.
Have you driven a Honeyman Ford lately?
When you're buying tires, go with the folks you know at M&M Tire in Washington. Locally owned, M&M Tire offers minor service work. They offer major brands of tires. They offer service after the sale. And that's what you can rely on with the folks you know at M&M Tire in Washington. Call them at 325-2207 for an appointment today. For your tire needs, call them M&M Tire in Washington.
For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer. Since 1947, the staff at Bruna Implement Company works daily to provide the best parts and service when you need it. Always dedicated to their customers. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations, and they know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. With locations in Marysville, Washington, Clay Center, Seneca, Hiawatha, and Humboldt, Nebraska. Stop by or give them a call today.
Second half action now underway from Washington County. Second half starts the way the first half did. Linn's defense coming up big. Noah Thalman unofficially his 4th block as William Sponda gets stopped at the line. It does stay with the Tigers, though. That leads to an Octavian Cardenas 3-ball. Ethan Bott skies for the defensive board. Washington County goes scoreless on their first possession. Again, 37-18 is your score. Washington County, I don't think, played bad, but they played right into the hands of Linn. They just haven't been able to stop Linn in transition, and here's a wild shot inside by Connor Oldie that won't drop down. And Bulldogs have just been aggressive at the front of the rim. Here's aggressive at the front of the rim. Eli Cromie goes right into the body of Gabe Turk. And what these Bulldogs or these Tigers need to do here in the second half, Washington, though, they didn't hit their free throws, need to get to the free throw line. They only were 7 for 21 from the floor, 33% on a good defensive team for Linn, and a non-fouling team either, as that's only going to be the 17 foul in this entire game committed by Linn, and Washington cannot take advantage. Eli Cromie goes 0 for 2 from the free throw strike. We're going to stay here at 37-38. Again, for Washington, it was all Chase Gross in that first half. He had 11 points, 9 in the second quarter, 3 points from Eli Chandler and 2 from Octavian Cardenas and Gavin LeDuc apiece. As for Linn, all 7 that touched the floor found the scoring column, led by Connor Oldie with 10. Here's a deep three left side from Zach Hilgen. That'll be a miss, but offensive rebound inside by Ethan Bott. Drops it down for 2. And offensive rebounds, 2 for the Linn Bulldogs, as they, again, a team with height and athleticism this year. No one under 6'1" in that starting lineup has just put it to Washington. Eli Cromie, though, a 3-ball right side, only his second shot tonight. First bucket for Eli coming here in this third quarter. And I made the comment Tuesday, if you happen to be listening to that one as you're a Washington County fan, I think there's still some positivity. You know, there still is some positivity to take away from this season, as the long three is missed by Zach Hilgen, chased down and saved in by Lindo. But a young Washington County team here that needs to find some offense. Speaking of offense, though, Ethan Bott, a 3-ball to come out here now, 11 points, 5 here in the third quarter for Ethan, as the Bulldogs have now doubled up Washington in this third quarter. Eli Chandler looks to get down here. Hill shot altered by Ethan Bott, leads to a run out. Linn and a slam dunk over the top of Gavin LeDuc. Connor Oldie throw it down and save some for the rest of the game. 44-21 as the athletic Connor Oldie went to throw that one down. Coach Bardell drew up an alley-oop play for him early in the first quarter, but it didn't work out. Here's a shot altered by Oldie. LeDuc misses that one. Another run out, leads it off left side. A lot of contact, and Octavian Cardenas got every bit of that foul. A tough foul taken by Zach Hilgen. Wilson Hilgen to the line. But to finish up that thought on Washington County, this is a young Tigers team that will get better as the season goes along. I know there was some turmoil at the beginning of the season with Ryan stepping in a little later than most coaches take over, but a young team that boasts mainly sophomores and juniors, Cardenas and Svanda, the 2 seniors on the Tigers team this year. Some positivity looking into the future. This might be another rough year in what's a loaded Twin Valley League roster. Just looking at the boys' schedule, as Zach Hilgen goes 2 for 2 here from the line, 8 points now for Hilgen. But Axtell at 7-1, Hanover 5-3, Centralia 5-3, Clifton Clyde 5-3 as Williams Fonda gets his first bucket of the night. Big man on 1 for 4 shooting, gets it to go down. But to finish that thought, just a tough TVL in the boys team, and that's not even mentioning a Frankfort team that, if I remember reading right here just a couple minutes ago, they're going to be playing Saturday action in their own home tournament. They're the 6th seed at 7-3 this season. Here's a 3-ball missed by the Bulldogs. Gabe Turkin, possession pulled down by Washington County. At the other end, thought about 3, Eli Cromie leads it off Eli Chandler, left block, looking to work it inside. Hands got stuck up, taken away by Connor Oldie. First turnover for Washington leads to an attack at the rim, and Ethan Bott drops it down. Bott now 3 for 4 from the floor in this third quarter. 13 points to take the scoring lead away from Connor Oldie. Going into this contest, Connor led all scores for the Bulldogs with 14 points a game. Ethan right behind him at just under 10, and Noah Thalman at 7. So a big 3-headed mantra by Oldie, Bott, and Thalman. Coach Bardell has on his team this year, and they are moving precisely here tonight, now leading Washington by 25 points with 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Linn just looking to work some clock. Dylan Oldie takes a tough shot, goes right up to the rim, will be undercut a little, and earn free throws. That's what earned me a 30-second break. We're back in 30 seconds.
Linn Community Nursing Home raises the standard in long-term residential care. You'll discover a family-oriented atmosphere where visitors are welcome 24/7. Rooms are already furnished and can be personalized with your favorite photos, decor, and those extra special touches. Your loved one will enjoy the savory restaurant-style menu available, ensuring nutritious meals. The Linn Community Nursing Home is more than a facility. They're a tight-knit community dedicated to providing the best care in a place that truly feels like home.
Dylan Oley popped up nicely, went 1 for 1 for the free throw line. One more now upcoming for the junior off the bench. Misses that one. Chase Gross pulls down the defensive board, now leading to a run out Washington County. Gavin LeDuc all the way inside the lane. Nice little floater will be a miss, though, by Gavin, and now a foul 85 feet away from the bucket. And it's either going to go on Gavin or we'll go on Gatlin. Wilbrandt picks up his third personal foul. Looking at both of these teams' matchups again in the first round action of the Twin Valley League Tournament, Linn boys and Valley Heights boys will square off tomorrow at 11:30, while Washington County and Frankfort will square off at 1. 3-second called offensively on Linn, turnover Bulldogs. But should be some really good matchups. I know Valley Heights boys, they were winless on the year until beating Washington on Tuesday, but saw in that game Royce Ekstrom go off for 23 points. Also had a good shooting night. If Max Shanks can get going, a Valley Heights team that's dangerous. As for the Washington match against Frankfort, as there's a 3-ball in the corner from Eli Karomi. Second triple here in this quarter from Karomi. As on the other end, Connor Oldie will take a lick to the floor. But looking at the matchup then for Washington County, not near as lucky on the draw. The Frankfort Wildcats, who before mentioned 7-3 on the season, they are the 6th seed in this tournament. They'll take on the 11th seed Washington County. As nice little inbounds play there, Connor Oldie drops it in from the top side of the rim on a good play call by head coach Bennett Bargo. Leads to 3, though, other end, and Gavin LeDuc drops that down in the front of his own bench. First points from the floor by Gavin in this contest. And now a timeout will be called by Linn. We'll take it with them. The Bulldogs leading big in this one, 51-29. We're back in 60 seconds.
Harsh winters in our area can drive up your energy cost. Protect your home and wallet this year by stopping at Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber. Seal drafty windows and doors with weather stripping and draft stoppers. Grab durable window and door wrap or new ductwork and replace your furnace filter for improved energy efficiency, lower repair cost, and a more comfortable home. Visit Hometown Lumber in Marysville or Axtell Lumber today to protect your home and stay warm this winter.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
As we come back from break, I remind you that every KNDY broadcast is available online at kndyradio.com underneath the Sports Podcast tab. You can listen back to any broadcast anytime, or even our Coach's Corner conversation, which for Linn is every Wednesday. Washington County every Friday. You can hear that on live at kndyradio.com. Listen back anytime you would like to. 3-ball is missed by Ethan Bott. Washington County, though, gives it right back to the Bulldogs, and now bodies go flying on the floor here mid-court. What's going to be the call from the near side official? I believe it's just going to be a jump ball, so then Linn gives it back to Washington County. Low turnover first half for the Bulldogs. 7 turnovers, 13 committed by Washington County, but the Tigers have shored that up to only 2 here in the second half so far. Cardenas fires a rocket along the baseline. Cromie picks it out. Left corner now. Top side. Gavin will do cross-court skip pass into the hands of Chase Gross. Chase Gross finds the cutting. Gavin Wilbrandt right at the line for his first bucket here in this contest. Now every player, besides Tanner Baker, that has touched the floor for Washington County, has scored as well. 20-point advantage, though, for Linn, as they've led since the beginning of this contest. Here's a turnover by the Bulldogs. Back-to-back turnovers now by Linn as Gavin Leduc takes it hard into the teeth of the Linn defense. Personal foul will be called on Ethan Bott, his first personal. Then Leduc to the line where he's 2 for 2 before this one. Looking at both of these teams' schedules coming up, we'll start first for the Linn Bulldogs. They take on at Valley Heights after the TVL tournament, then at Pawnee City in Nebraska. Only 2 home games for Linn after the break. That's on the 3rd of February versus Lakeside, and also on the 18th versus Clifton Clyde, which that will be a very good matchup. But Linn has matchups versus Pawnee City, Lakeside, and Canton Galva all out of league second half of the season. Second free throw is missed. It's tipped around, saved, and taken out of there by the Bulldogs. New freshly into the game for Linn, number 24, Cash Dunkel. Thank you, Hannah, on that one. 5'9" freshman now into the contest, first off the bench for head coach Bennett Bardale. 2 foul shots, for Noah Thalman at the line as he was hacked by Cardanius. That's his 3rd personal foul now. And no free throw as Thalman was standing over the free throw line. He made it, but a lane violation nonetheless. Be no shot for Linn. Looking at the Washington County boys' schedule, it doesn't get a whole lot easier after break matchups against Frankfort on the 31st. Also a matchup at Clifton Clyde, Blue Valley, Hanover, and D West later on in the season. Tallman goes 1 for 2 for the line. After that, a violation hits the second one. Cardanius can't get it to fall offensively for Washington County, and back goes Linn. Left side, driving downhill. Gabe Turk kicks it out. 3-ball bottom, left corner. Connor Oldie now with 7 points in this third quarter, 17 to retake the team lead from Ethan Bott. At the rim, rejected by Connor Oldie, but a foul will be called. A good take by Chase Gross. Again, can't speak highly about this freshman. Hasn't been afraid of the moment since I got a chance to see him on Tuesday versus Valley Heights. Really brings a spark off the bench for this Washington County Tigers team. Gross at the line for his first free throw attempt. Calmly knocks that one down. 12 points now for Chase in this contest. First free throw hit by Washington in this third quarter. Dylan Oldie will check back in. Connor Oldie will find a seat at the bench. As Gross at the line for the second, knocks that one down, goes 2 for 2. There does Chase. 55-33 is our score. 70 ticks left on this third quarter clock. Fourth quarter action be coming up right after this one. Thank you all again for tuning in this evening. There's not a lot of Twin Valley League action going on elsewhere around the state, so glad to have you all along here tonight from the home of the Washington County Tigers. Gabe Turk loses this one. Going to be saved by Cardanius, and now taken away by Linn. My goodness, back and forth we go. What is going to be the call on this one? Turk lost it. Cardanius lost it. Turk lost it again, and it'll finally end up going back to the Washington County Tigers. So we'll just give Linn turnover on that one. And now we have a timeout? No, substitution. Octavian will go out. Substitution back in Gatlin Wilbrandt. 44 seconds here in this third quarter. 55-33 is your score. Linn led 37-18 at half and has just continued to pour it on here in the second. Third turnover in this half by Washington, gives it back to the Bulldogs with 30 seconds on this clock. Right side, Dunkel with it. High-man freshman working it left side, trying to get a shot with him left corner. Now 20 seconds on the clock. Top side with it is Grayson Oldie, and Oldie's going to be hounded out top. Personal foul going on Washington. I believe that will go on one. Eli Chrome, he picks up his first personal. Now they'll go on Eli Chandler. His first personal, team fifth, though, for Washington. So Cash Dunkel at the line here. Lefty freshman sneaks that one in. Good free throw shooting form there from the lefty. Coach Bardale always happy to see that one. Second one upcoming here for the freshman. That one won't go. Goes 1 for 2, but in the scoring column, all 8 players now for Linn in the scoring column here tonight. Chase Gross across the timeline, left corner, Eli Cromie, top side with 9 seconds, into the hands of Wilbrand. Wilbrand tries to find a cutting Cromie, but it's a turnover Washington. Here come the Bulldogs with 1 on the clock. Shot by Dylan Oldie, no good at the buzzer, and through 3 quarters of play, Linn Bulldogs lead this one big, 56-33. We'll take a timeout. We're back after this word from our sponsors.
Let Dr. Phil Benz of the Animal Health Center in Washington keep your pets and herds healthy and thriving. They offer services such as vaccination, surgery, grooming, and boarding. The doctors also understand your herd is your livelihood. Call them for a herd health consultation to assist with nutrition and pasture management, vaccination and deworming protocols, reproductive strategies, and more. And don't forget your hard-working horses. The Animal Health Center has specific services for them as well. Animal Health Services in Washington, open Monday through Saturday. Call for an appointment today.
Owens Originals Floral has creative solutions for all your floral needs. Let Carol and her artistic team design and deliver a floral masterpiece for you. At Owens Originals, they keep a large selection of fresh flowers available, as if they're handpicked just for you. Owens Originals Floral on the Square in downtown Washington, 325-2026 for all of life's celebrations.
At Sunflower Community Credit Union, we're proud to give back to our community through initiatives like Debit for a Difference, a program that provides local educators with grants for their classrooms, which helps them make a difference in our schools. Along with Save at School, an innovative way for students to learn the value of saving money. Kids can open their very own savings account, making financial education fun and accessible. Join Sunflower Community Credit Union in Marysville and become part of a financial family committed to your success and the success of our community.
As we've been saying all season long, you download the free KNDY app. Take us wherever you may want to. Have listeners from Columbia, Tennessee here tonight. So always glad to catch some listeners outside the state of Kansas. Big thank you to the Bardale family for listening in on that one. At the free throw line here is Noah Thalman. Calmly knocked down the first free throw attempt, 4th personal foul now on Octavian Cardenas. Second one here for Thalman is down and good. 5 points now for Noah in this contest. Again, it's been all Linn Bulldogs. They have outscored Washington in every single quarter here, and defensively have held Washington to just 33 points. Here's a 3-ball. Eli Chandler drops it down, though. Make that 36. 6 points now for Eli. Leading scorer in this game, though, is on the Linn Bulldogs side. Connor Oldie, 17 points a game. 3 points above his season average. Ethan Bott on 13 as there's a shot missed from Thalman. Leads to a Washington County run out. Tigers will set back up offensively. Down low, left block now, top side, Eli Cromie around the horn into the hands of Eli Chandler. Still man-to-man defense here for Linn. Playing strong, holding on to this 22-point lead. Gavin Leduc fires up a 3. That shot is a miss. No dice there for Gavin, who has 5 points here in this contest. Leading scorer for Washington County, 13 for Chase Gross after 15 on Tuesday night. 3-ball Zach Ilgen. That one's off the rim. No good. Offensive rebound chased down, though, by Connor Oldie. Good action there offensively. Second shot. Third shot is finally dropped down by Noah Thalman. Connor Oldie had a shot at it. Ilgen had another 3 in there, too, as well. And then finally on the third opportunity, drops down for Linn. At the other end, Williams Fonda, his second bucket here tonight. Big 4 points for the big 6'3" senior. We got a long way to go here if Washington wants to make a comeback. A team that doesn't shoot a lot of threes. They did hit 3 in that third quarter after only 2 in the first half. The Linn has been in control this entire contest. Connor Oldie comes up short on the shot. Washington comes away with it, and then a turnover. Tigers. That's turnover number 1 in this quarter. Turnover number 18 in the game, and that's enough to make head coach Ryan Huckett take a timeout. We'll take a 30-second one with him. Linn Bulldogs still in control, 60-38 with 6 minutes left to go in this contest.
Coolman Implement and Hardware is your Agco Alice, White, Hesting, Leaner, and Gel dealer with personalized care since 1935. See Coolman Implement and Hardware for farm equipment, electrical and plumbing supplies, parts, sales, and service. Your Agco Alice, White, Hesting, Leaner, and Gel dealer is Coolman Implement and Hardware in Linn, Kansas.
best of care close to home, visit the Washington County Hospital and Family Medicine of Washington County. Their team of professionals work together to provide every member of your family in every stage of life with medical care. From routine checkups to diagnostic services, visiting outpatient specialists, obstetrics, major and minor surgical procedures, and an emergency room that is always staffed by physicians, you'll find the best of care right here in Washington County. Call 785-325-2211 for your appointment today.
It's been a tough night for the Washington County Tigers fan. Girls took a 44-44 tie into overtime versus Linn, but Linn goes 10 for 12 from the free throw line to win 55-48 here in this contest. Linn all over the boys, 60-38. But just looking here at Washington County High School, a lot to be happy about the last couple of years as Connor Oldie misses a shot inside, gets his own offensive rebound, and pops it out of bounds. A lot to be happy here for the Washington County Tigers. If you haven't been paying attention over the last couple of years, their girls back-to-back 1A state track and field champions over the last 2 springs. Their boys golf also had an excellent round last year in the spring. They were 1A state runners-up in 2023. I know they had a rough season on the football portion and looking a little rough, too, on the basketball court, but always a lot of good action going over here in the Washington County High Schools athletically and academically. Inside, Zach Hilgen is going to be hacked for free throws upcoming now for Hilgen, as Linn has been fairly decent from the stripe so far here tonight. Hilgen hits that one. Linn now 5 for 9. We're going to make them 8 for 12 and make it 9 for 13 as Hilgen hits the second one. Linn is 4 for 4 from the line here in this fourth quarter, closing this contest out strong. Again, Linn has won the last 2. They're looking for 3 straight here over Washington. This inside by Cardenas. Ooh, good-looking pass there by Ethan Bott was broken up by Chase Gross and leads to an out-of-bounds play upcoming here for Linn. Into first-year head coaches, Ryan Huckett for Washington County, Bennett Bardell for the Linn boys. Coach Bardell with some experience with this team going into this year has got them boys playing here pretty well. Again, they will be back in action tomorrow. A quick turnaround for this team, 11:30 a.m. contest versus Valley Heights. So an interesting coaching matchup there, too, as well. Head coach Bennett Bardell, an alumni of the Mustangs, taking on also alumni Kenny Steinford there for Valley Heights. Turnover, Linn leads to Washington County. Run out inside. Eli Chandler goes through the contact for his second bucket here in the fourth quarter. Makes it a 22-point contest. Linn in charge of this one. It all started in the first quarter, too. Linn was up 17-7 at the end of the first 8 minutes. They led 37-8 at halftime, and since then have never really turned back. And talking to head coach Vinny Bardell, he said that's probably the next step in this team, too, as well. We often talk about it with a lot of coaches, how to figure out how to win, and especially in this league, which is going to be tough. A game like this might give this Bulldogs team some momentum going into the tournament because they will take on a 2-seeded Axtell team should they beat Valley Heights that got the better of Linn back on the 1st of January, 64-42, as there's a block defensively by the Bulldogs. Again, Ethan Bott gets this one off the Linn turnover. But the Eagles got the better of Linn a couple weeks ago. But if you look at that scorebook, really the second quarter where Axtell, I believe, outscored Linn by about 15 or 20, really put that game out of reach for the Eagles. And I'm sure the Linn Bulldogs will want nothing better than another crack at Axtell. Of course, Eagles have won the last 2 TVL tournament championships. They'll be looking for their 3rd straight here tonight, and that is, of course, if Linn is able to beat Valley Heights tomorrow at 11:30. Second free throw here from Chase Gross is a miss, but offensive putback here from Tanner Baker. His first points in this contest, as now everyone that touched the floor has scored here tonight. 62-43 is the score. Right side, Dylan Oldie will get this one set up. Look to drive baseline, a little hit check there from Gatlin Wilbrand, and that will do it for the sophomore off the bench. Gatlin Wilbrand fouls out at the 4:12 mark here in this fourth quarter with just 2 points to his mark. And again, what has been a rough stretch for this Washington County team. They started off this season a 59-57 come-from-behind win versus Pike Valley, picked up a good win, 46-23 over Wakefield. As there's a 3-ball in the corner from Zach Hilgen. That is his third triple here tonight, 11 points for the junior. But going back to the Washington comment, after that Wakefield win for the Tigers, they have now rattled off 6 straight losses, but again against good teams. A 9-point loss versus Solomon. It was a 7, make it a 13-point loss versus Smith Center, and then handlings by Hanover Axel and Centralia, and a 9-point loss on Tuesday versus Valley Heights. The Washington County Tigers, too, again without one of their big important players, Monty Huckett, out this game with a foot injury. Saw him in a boot earlier, likely out for most of the rest of the season is Huckett. And I didn't mention going into this game either, Washington County is without their big man, Michael Peterson. We saw him Tuesday against Valley Heights. He's over on the bench in a warm-up, but not playing tonight. Must have aggravated an injury somewhere in between Tuesday and here. But so down 2 shorthanded is this Washington County team, again trailing 65-43 against a well-oiled Linn Bulldogs team coming off a tough loss against Hanover on Tuesday, 59-36. But again, the Bulldogs will match up with Valley Heights tomorrow morning. So again, quick turnaround for Linn, 11:30. A quick turnaround for Washington County, too. They will be the 11th seed, taking on 6 seed at Frankfort at 1 p.m. tomorrow in the primary gym. A foul will be called on Eli Cromie. That will be his first personal foul. At the free throw line is Zach Hilgen, where he was 2 for 2. He misses the first one. Second one now coming for Hilgen. That one drops down for Zach. First miss from the free throw line here in the fourth quarters. Both teams look to start cleaning out the bench. In there for the Bulldogs, still same starting 5 for the most part, though. Grayson Oldie in there along with Dylan Oldie, top side Connor Oldie, so 3 Oldie boys out there, along with Gabe Turk, and down low, Zach Hilgen. Here's a tough take by Chase Gross, who is out there now with Braylon Meyer, along with Blake Novak. Chase Gross, Blake Novak, Braylon Meyer. Also in there for Washington County, Tanner Baker, and topside Brody Applegarth. Applegarth will look to drive this one right baseline, now kicks it out to Gross. A foul out along the 3-point line committed by Grayson Oldie will be his first personal foul. And team second for Linn in this fourth quarter. There are things the Bulldogs don't do, or they haven't so far here tonight, is commit fouls and put Washington County at the line. Tigers weren't very good from the line to start the game, but nonetheless, 3 points aren't to be given up by this Linn team. Here goes Chase Gross with a 3. He misses that far side. He's leading scorer tonight for Washington, just like he was Tuesday at Valley Heights. Now 14 for Chase after a 15-point game Tuesday versus the Mustangs. Here's a miscommunication on the top side as Dylan Oldie has this one go off his hands out of bounds. Turnover number 14 for Linn here in this one. And I believe we're going to get the whole entire bench here coming out. Let me make some notes here. Liam Volker will check into the contest. Brigham Hansen also in there, number 21. Number 2, Dalton Emke in there, along with number 24, Cash Stunkel. Let's see, that's 4 out there. I'm missing one more. Zavi Minana, a senior, too, as well in there for Linn. Turnover is Volker gets this turnover. Washington County turnover number 3 in this contest. Bulldogs lead 66-43. Here's Volker, shot off, no good. Good-looking shot there, though. Good play call by head coach Bennett Barger to get Volker that shot. At the other end, 3-ball Washington County. That's a miss from Brody Applegarth. Ball's going to be tipped around and taken again by the Bulldogs. So it looks like this one will be in the way of Linn. This will be 3 straight now for the Bulldogs as they lead here by 23 with 2 minutes left to play in this fourth quarter. They'll be back in action, both of these teams, tomorrow at the TVL tournament. Again, Washington County will be back in action on the 31st versus Frankfort, the 4th at Clifton-Clyde, and the 6th versus Republic County. Meanwhile, Linn boys, they'll have a matchup on the 28th at Valley Heights, and then the 1st at Pawnee City, the 3rd versus Lakeside, and the 4th versus Blue Valley. Linn, with only 2 home games after the TVL tournament break. At the line for a second free throw, goes down there is Zavi Minana, the 5'10 senior, drops in 1 of 2 free throws for his points tonight. Turnover, Washington County on the other end. We'll give it back to the Bulldogs. Again, KNDY broadcast coverage from the TVL tournament will start Monday about 3:15 p.m. We'll have the first contest of the game, and a marathon Monday, as Bruce Dierking likes to call it. 4 straight games for yours truly here. We'll kick off TVL tournament time. Here's a 3-ball by Volker. That one's a miss, though. Won't drop down for the Bulldogs. Left side 3-ball thought about by Mai. Now here's a steal by Liam Volker. Volker going all the way to the line, but will get fouled and will earn a shot at the free throw stripe. Here late in the 4th quarter, Liam Volker at the stripe, looking for his first points here tonight. Personal foul will go on Brody Applegarth as Volker drops that one down, and what a nice round of applause from the home Linn crowd. Second one, that one's off. No good. Defensive board pulled down by Brody Applegarth. Left side with it for Washington, setting it up here is Tanner Baker. 1:15 on the clock. 68-43 is your score. Nice little step through there by Chase Gross. That'll be a missed shot. Back the other way. Here come the Bulldogs. It looks like Washington County, again, will drop their 7th straight now after starting the season 2-0. Linn will pick up their first win here in 3 attempts and stop a 3-game losing skid. As, again, Linn's losses this season to Axel, Hanover, Elmira Christian, and Central Christian. 3 of those 4 teams, besides Central, is in the top 10 of Class 1A Division II for the boys' ranking. So Linn has played a tough schedule. It'll be hard second half of the schedule, too, as well, with teams like Centralia, Clifton-Clyde, Frankfort, and Blue Valley. But that's just where this league is here this year. Here's a steal, diving for it on the floor. Good hustle by the Bulldogs. Shot up and down for Linn by Brigham Hansen. Everyone getting in the action here for the Bulldogs, as it is now a 70-43 game. 70 points is the most Linn has put up in a contest this year. They had 68 versus Gossel, but now a season-high 70 points in what looks like to be a pretty dominating win to go into TVL tournament action here. 27 seconds here as clock winds down to the final tick. Just as soon as final buzzer hits, we're going to take a timeout. Right, or finish up our thoughts here from this contest, as well as look at games coming up here in the future. Volker gets a 3 off. A jump ball will be called on the offensive board, and it will stay here with Linn. $27-point game for the Bulldogs. Leading big here inside, shot up and down is going to be missed by Linn. That'll be Dalton Emke, the 6'1 freshman, had a shot at the rim. Going to get that one to fall down, and now a foul as we walk to the other end of the court will be committed by Linn. All here in mop-up time. We'll send Chase Gross to the strike for the Tigers. Gross, again, had a good game. Misses this first free throw. 13, make that 14 points for the freshman off the bench in Chase Gross. Second free throw, that one's going to be short. Bold poured down by Linn. Be Dalton Emke all the way to the coast. Bucket to bucket, up and down for Dalton Emke as everyone's scoring here for Linn. And your final score, 72-43, a season high in points for the Linn Bulldogs as they handle Washington County on the road. Again, your final 72-43. Washington County Now 2-7 on the season, 0-5 in league play. Linn above 500, 5-4, 3-2 in league play after that big win. We're going to take a timeout, wrap up final thoughts, give you final scores here from Washington County as it's a clean sweep for the Linn Bulldogs. Boys get a win, girls get a win here on KNDY-FM 95.5.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services has been protecting farmers and ranchers season after season.
You need to know you're covered and you've got somebody covering your back.
You've got local people that everybody knows.
And we have a good policy and a good agent, and I guess that's what you need to be able to sleep at night.
Loyal, local, and rooted in ag for over 80 years. Learn more at fbfs.com/rootedinag. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Bryce Leonard in Washington is your local agent with Farm Bureau Insurance and Farm Bureau Financial Services.
Warm up with preseason savings on New Holland utility tractors from Can-Equip. Get 0% deals or cash back offers on PowerStar, T5, Workmaster Utility, and T6 models. These powerful, comfortable tractors deliver from 40 to 126 PTO horsepower. Warm up with preseason savings now at Can-Equip in Marysville. Offers end March 31st.
For commercial use only. Customer participation subject to credit qualification and CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard terms, conditions, and other restrictions apply. Down payment may be required.
If you can't remember the last time you've reviewed your insurance policies, you're not alone. The Dragaston Insurance Company and Buckeye Insurance Group work together to make sure you are properly covered. Call the friendly, knowledgeable staff at the Dragaston Agency at 785-325-2263 or stop by one of their 3 offices located in Washington, Clay Center, and Concordia. They'll provide service that exceeds expectations and coverage that meets your needs. Buckeye Insurance Group and the Dragaston Insurance Agency working together to protect you.
Titan West Incorporated manufactures corral fencing, gates, and chutes. A square deal better. Titan West now manufactures circular working corral, cattle, hog, horse, and bison equipment. Phone 1-800-252-0847 for dealer information. Circular working corral, cattle, hog, horse, and bison equipment. Manufactured here in Linn, Kansas by Titan West Incorporated. Phone toll-free 1-800-252-0847.
In 1951, Dr. Max Beam opened the Washington Veterinary Clinic. Over 60 years later, the clinic is still providing care for both large and small animals. Our veterinarians, veterinary technician, and support staff have a very diverse and extensive agricultural background. Herd health services, bovine reproductive programs, large and small animal surgery, routine care for pets, grooming, boarding, and 24-hour emergency availability are just a few of the services provided. Take care of all your creatures, great and small, with the help of the Washington Veterinary Clinic.
Agriculture. Our country was built on it. Our children are fed by it. No one quite understands the unique needs of the farmer like United Bank and Trust. Whether you raise crops or livestock, you need the right equipment at the right time. Our ag loans can help you acquire and maintain that equipment when and where you need it. Contact one of our experienced ag lenders today. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Max Blasky back with you here from Washington County High School, wrapping up a Friday night as the Linn Bulldogs get a clean sweep over the Washington County Tigers here tonight. Yeah, our first game, if you're just joining us, 55-48 was the final score. It was 45 all going into the overtime period, and Linn went 10 for 12 from the free throw line in overtime to escape with that. Let me see here real quick. 7-point victory. Bailey Peters led the way with 15 points. And it wasn't enough, though, for the Washington County Tigers as Addie Gakel had 24 points in the losing effort for the Tigers, 14-4 for Jesse Hoover. But again, in the girls' contest, 55-48, Linn picks up the win. In the boys' contest that just finished, it was all Linn in this one. Bulldogs jumped out 17-7 at the end of the first quarter and never looked back. They outscored Washington in every single quarter en route to a 29-point victory. 72-43 was that score. Leading scorer for Washington County was Chase Gross with 14 points. Other than that, bevied around a very clean game, 8 for Eli Chandler, 6 for Eli Cromie. But the defense for Linn came up big with unofficially 7, 8, 9 blocks 9 blocks unofficially for that Linn defense that really came up big for a group of dogs that'll have to be back at it tomorrow morning very quickly. 14 points for Zach Hilgen, 13 for Ethan Bott. Coach Benny Bargdale sent 10 players out on the court tonight. All 10 scored in mop-up time for the Linn Bulldogs. Again, both of these teams will be back in action tomorrow, starting with girls action. Washington County girls will face off against Axtell at 10 a.m. tomorrow in the secondary gym down in Frankfort. Meanwhile, the Linn girls will have the Saturday off. They are the 5 seed. They will take on 4-seeded Donovan Mess Monday at 3:15. Both boys teams will be back in action tomorrow. Linn, the early game, 11:30 a.m. in the primary gym down at Frankfort versus the 10-seeded Valley Heights. Linn is your 7 seed. Meanwhile, the Washington County boys will be the 11 seed facing off against 6-seeded Frankfort at 1 p.m. there in the primary gym at Frankfort. KNDY will start our broadcast coverage Monday afternoon at 3:15 from the TVL tournament down there at Frankfort. As always, though, you can stay tuned to the TVL Sports Spotlight on Facebook for scores this weekend. And as always, while you're on Facebook, go ahead and get KNDY Radio that like to as well, and download that free app while you're there, too. We had some out-of-state listeners today. Always appreciate listeners from everywhere tuning in to our broadcast. Again, tonight our broadcast was brought to you by F&B in Washington, M&M Tire, Bruna Implement, Midwest Products, the Linn Community Nursing Home, the Animal Health Center of Washington, Owens Originals, Washington County Hospital, Coolman Implement of Linn, Farm Bureau Insurance Agents, Bryce Leonard, the Dragston Insurance Agencies, Washington Veterinary Clinic, Titan West Manufacturing, United Bank and Trust, and as always, Marysville Dental Care, where Dr. Brittany and Dr. Zach are your #1 rated dentists in Northeast Kansas. Go to MarysvilleDentalCare.com to book your visit and receive the dental care you deserve. Again, closing out a Friday night here from Washington County, Linn girls defeat Washington in our first matchup, 55-48, while the boys run away with it in the second matchup, 72-43. Reporting for KNDY Sports this evening, this has been Max Blasky. We hope you all tune in for wall-to-wall Twin Valley League coverage starting Monday from Frankfort. Everyone, please drive home safe wherever you're going, and we will see you Monday from the home of the Wildcats as the TVL tournament gets kicked off on KNDY.
KNDY.